Love and relationships, men and women. I mean, we're always at war with one another, right? So, how can we ever get on one accord? Let's talk about it. What's up, money getters? It's your girl Charity, and I am the mommy money getter. Get money. What you say, huh? Get money. And guys, tonight I'm a little bit somewhat under the weather, and I still wanted to keep going live, keep going on. This is my fourth day of going live. I'm a part of Yo-Yo's Streamers University. I'm a part of a collective of other content creators or YouTubers, whatever you want to call us, who are going live for at least 2 hours every day for the month of June. So get into it, you guys. I'm being creative. I'm coming up with new topics. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. You guys know I'm a mom of five, a single mom of five, so I don't have time for shenanigans. I do my shopping, I do my content, I'm raising my kids, okay? But tonight I wanted to have a little fun. For the last couple of nights, it's been a little bit serious. I talked about my experience with anxiety and PTSD, how I battled that for 10 years, and how I was able to come to a place of recovery without medication. And I did it all with the help of my Lord and Savior. I talked about my diagnosis or misdiagnosis of cancer, if you will. I had a crazy breast cancer story. So if you guys want to go back, I'm actually live showing my face doing a story time for those. I did one Sunday and one Monday. So go ahead and check out those lives. And when you come in here, please thumbs up this live. We're going to be uh, here for quite a while. So let's get to it. Um, Love and relationships. Ugh, I've been single, I've been married, I've had boyfriends, I've done it all, okay? I've dated, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. Like every other adult human being, you want somebody to be with. I think that life is, hard enough, especially when you have to do it alone. But I'm at the point where I don't know. I just like being alone. I love being in a relationship. When I was married to somebody that I really loved. They were my best friend, and I cared a lot about them. I couldn't see myself being married to anybody else. I thought that that was it for me, that I would be with them and we would be together for the rest of our lives. And that didn't end up happening. So, and they actually passed away. I thought I held on to hope because I was ready to go to I was ready to go to the ends of the earth for that ninja. I'm not gonna hold you. Okay. We we went at it and it just was not meant to be. And unfortunately, he did pass away a few years ago. And since then, I've been left to pick up the pieces with our children and raise them alone. And I hate that for me. I really do. And I've dated since in the subsequent years. And um, I don't know. You guys, help me out here. I mean, I'm in my almost 50s. I'm a mom of five, three teenagers still in the home. I have two adult children. So my kiddos are, they're not as independent. I'm not looking for a man to take care of me. Not yet. Not until my kiddos are gone. Then when I get married again, I'm gonna need a man to take care of me. But no, for real. I'm not looking for a man to take care of me. I think I got that. Um, at some point, I would like to be in a relationship with someone, but I'm right now, I'm cool to date. I'm fine dating. I like having my life to myself and just being with my girls. I love that. The ideal of being in a committed relationship with someone right now is just not me. I'm a consultant, I'm a content creator, I'm an author, I'm a creative, and I need my space. I don't need someone draining that from me, okay? And also with teenage daughters, I feel like they need their mom right now. They're going through growing pains. They also have so much going on with school. I have one who's graduated from school. I have one who's still in high school, and a child that's in middle school. So a lot comes with that. And I don't mind that. Right now, my life is probably um, built around them. But I do go out on the side here and there. But I want to talk to you guys. Do you feel like dating or falling in love when you get older is a little harder than when you were younger? Do you think you're more jaded and more of a skeptic? So is that why it's hard? And then do you think we put too many are we putting too many constraints on love? Are we expecting too much out of one another? And those roles for men and women changed? Do we still have the man as a head of the family and leading the relationship, and women kind of deferring to men? Is it still that way? Is it equal? Can men and women be equal in a relationship? I have so many questions. Round and round we go, and we're constantly talking about men and women shouldn't go 50-50. Men should lead the family and head the family, and men should pay the bills, and women should stay home and take care of children. I, I gotta say, I was born in the 70s, came up in the 80s, and came of age in the 90s. And I do feel like I'm a little old fashioned. I feel that men should lead the family. As a Christian woman, I feel like men should head the household. I feel like women should stay home and take care of the children for so many reasons. And most of them because I'm a Christian woman. And second, because it just seems like the right thing to do. Why would a woman who has to breastfeed, who has to nurture her children, I mean, I feel like, why would she go off and work and the man stay home? Now, if the kids are older, and I mean school age, then yes, the woman could work outside of the home and use her money to do things for her and the kids. And the man should still pretty much lead it just feels right. Because when you do it the opposite way, when we see relationships where women are head of the household, it just feels like men resent their women if they're the ones that are the breadwinners. Men just have to feel like, okay, I'm I'm the one in control. Now, when you don't have it that way, when you have uh, a man who leads the family, then women typically allow the man to have more of a say so over them and over the children. Women will pretty much cater to the man when he is paying all the bills, and they see him as more of a savior. I have a problem with that because nobody is my savior. I work, I pay my own bills, and I like it that way. Like I said, when my kids get older and they're grown and gone, and I settle down again and remarry again, I will feel like my husband should take care of me. I want to be his little baby. What's wrong with that? I don't think nothing is wrong with that. Okay. Um, I plan to have an older man who looks at me as his, tenderoni, and I plan to listen. I'm going to shut up and listen the next time I get married because I didn't listen last time, and that was a problem. Um, um, I do think that women should, I don't, let me back up. I don't feel that women are equal to men. And that's saying a lot for me because for years I felt like a man couldn't tell me anything. I was his equal. Like I had every right, as much of a right to my opinion as he does. And I still feel that, but I think that as a woman we should know, and I'll probably, ruffle a few feathers here, but I feel like women should know their place when it comes to men, because either you want him to go out there and get the lions and tigers and bears for you or you don't. I'm not as strong as a man. I'm not going to hop out of bed and go check and see what that bump in the night is. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to take out the trash. Are you kidding me? And I have a whole husband. I don't want to pump gas. I don't want to drive. It's a lot of things that I don't want to do as a woman that if you have a man, I feel like you shouldn't be doing. I don't want to bring in the groceries. I don't want to be bringing the groceries. That's men's work. Okay. So, what is my job as a woman? My job as a woman is to, you know, look good and raise my babies and keep my house and support my man. You know, what's his job? To protect me, provide for me, and build a life where we can work together as a team and, you know, do what's best for our families. And I know a lot of people don't get that because you hear a lot of, well, what about women's lib? What about feminism? And women want to do what men do, so women could go out there and work, and it's hard out here for men nowadays. So, okay, single women do it every day. Single women get out here and grind. Or excuse me, not single women, single mothers take care. I'm a single mom. I have 5 daughters. Yes, 2 of my daughters are they are older and they're out and grown up, but I still have 3 teenage daughters and I have 2 grandchildren. And hey, what's going on? What's up, Bold One for Life? Thanks for joining. What's going on? Thanks for your support. Thank you, Jordan. Hey, what's going on? Please do me a favor and give my live a thumbs up. What's up, Focal Point? I'm talking about love and relationships tonight. I'm on a roll. As I said at the top of this live, it's a thin line between love and hate. Men and women, what are we going to do? I mean, on the one hand, we love each other, and on the other hand, we can't stand each other. But, you know, it's a can't live with them, can't live without them type thing, right? But so what do we do? How do we come to an agreement? How do women and men still have roles in their relationship? Um, how should it be, or should it be that people do what they want to do? You hate love and relationships, Focal Point. You know what? I don't hate it, but I'm at the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm chilling. I'm cool. You know, I'm cool to date. I'm cool to pick and be very choosy right now. And I'm older. I'm older, so it's like, you know, some people will say, well, you're an older woman. You're a mom already. You got grandkids. It's not like you can be picky, but yes, I can. Yes, I can. It's 8 billion people. And if I can be picky as to who I want to be with out of those 8 billion people, I know at least, I know out of 8 billion people, half of them are, okay, so it's 8 billion people, right? I know about, what, 5 billion of those are adults. 3 billion are children, right? Okay, so say it's 2.5 billion men, 2.5 billion women, right? I know out of those 2.5 billion men, nah, don't think like that. You got to stay positive. Focal point is stitches. It's not slim pickings. You know how many 8 billion is? Like, just think about it. You know how many times you would have to go wrap people around this world to get to 8 billion? That's a lot of people. And if it's 2.5 billion men, okay, let's say out of those 2.5 billion men, 1 billion of those men are suitable, right? Then it's gotta be at least, because if 1 billion is still a lot of men, it's gotta be at least a good thousand out there for you. It's gotta be. I feel like that. It's gotta be at least a good thousand in my lifetime. I'm not gonna come across all those thousands. I'm not gonna stop and talk to 1,000 men, but I know out of that thousand, it's gotta be at least one or two that's right for charity. And I'm not, I'm not saying I'm the best that there is, but I know if somebody is going to look at me like that, somebody's going to look at me like I'm the best thing since sliced bread. And that's what I want. What's up, dancing and talking? She's naive. What's up, Roxy? What's going on? I'm talking about love and relationships. Men and women, we can't seem to get it right. But we cannot live without one another. I mean, come on, like, yeah, focal point extensions. Yeah, we don't have to go through all those frauds. That's the whole point. Like, if from the beginning, men and women, if we're more picky and choosy, and we take our time to check out the red flags and to learn if we can, because everybody got red flags. Everyone has red flags. I don't care. Everyone. But maybe you can deal with his red flags. See, the other chick couldn't deal with it, or maybe he could deal with your red flags. That other man, uh, it was a full stop. It was non-negotiable. Keep pushing forward. What's up, my girl? We talking about love and relationships. Weigh in, everybody, and please do me a favor. If you haven't already did that, go ahead and give my live a thumbs up and give me some hearts. Your girl is doing her thing tonight. It's night 4 for me, going live. I'm gonna do it. I don't do not feel good. I was supposed to go to an event today, but my back and my shoulder was just on fire, and I went all day long feeling feeling all the sores, and then finally took some Tylenol. So I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm gonna get this live done. Okay, we're 17 minutes in, and we're gonna do the next 2 hours. So I need you guys to weigh in and help me out. And we're gonna do some. We're gonna get to the bottom of this stuff. You know, and like I was saying, focal point. Uh, it's not really about kissing a lot of frogs. I think it's about knowing who you are and knowing what you want. And if you don't find that in somebody else, I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to give some truth, a moment of truth. I think sometimes, all the time, I felt like I was worthy of God's best, but that wasn't coming fast enough. I wasn't meeting him fast enough. And I wanted somebody, especially in my younger days. I wanted to be somebody because I really need somebody. Tell me how that's somebody. And they wasn't. They weren't that somebody. And you know what I did? I was never fooled. I knew what. That's what made the game so cold. I was never fooled by any of those jokers. But I was just like, you know what? You'll be for right now. You'll do for right now. You look okay. I'm having fun. You funny. You can lay down the. You kiss good. Whatever. You'll be a placeholder. I had a lot of placeholders in my lifetime, and boy, look at here. If I could tell my younger self anything, I'd be like, girl, sit your hot ass down somewhere and chill out. And that's where I'm at right now. Like, I'm old enough to know that those placeholders be the worst ones, because you'll be sitting up there thinking, okay, you just for right now. And then next thing you know, you done turned the placeholder into your bae. You know what I mean? That's your full on boo. And you don't even like that person like that. And you don't even know what you're doing. But what? So now, if something isn't working out for me, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Okay, we didn't work out. We didn't mesh. That's fine. We could still be friends. I don't gotta be mad at you. You don't gotta be my boo. Let's just be friends. Like, because I remember a long time ago, my grandmother told me, she said, Charity, sometimes we like somebody and they don't like us the same way. And if that lady didn't hurt my feelings with that, I was PO with her about that. But instead of, I don't think I really felt her in that moment. It took me a minute to really realize what she was saying. Sometimes um, we meet someone and we really like them and they like us, but they're not ready to settle down, or they're not really in as much as into us as we are into them. And I think for women, we got to have a man that's just head over heels for us. And a man will show you if he feels that way about you. And if, I got any fellas in here, weigh in. Yes, out of convenience, focal point. Exactly. Because sometimes you're like, you know what? At least you fill my tank up. Or when I need somebody, I could call you. I could call you. I know you come put some air in my tires. So, you know, I'm not gonna, I know if nothing else, I could call on old faithful. He gonna come over here and service. He gonna come over here and clean my pipes out. You know what I mean, guys? And sometimes you be, feeling like, okay, it's been a while. He calling, I know if I call him up, he gonna rush right over. So, and fellas, I know you're like that too. You're like, you know what? I know if I call her, you know, I don't really like her like that, but I know she gonna come through. So, yes, it is cold outside. It be cold outside, and you know, a homie love a friend. A homie love a friend. We all need that homie love a friend where you could just like call them up and get that male perspective on, you know, I've had those relationships where it was strictly platonic, or I've had friends that have been strictly platonic, but if I needed to have an itch scratch, he would scratch that itch too. You know what I mean? And we'll go back to being friends. Straight like that. So yeah, Denison, we're talking shit. It's hard because there's nothing much out there. We're no longer delusional. I think that is it. The wool has been pulled off of our eyes. Like when you get older, it's like all that optimism that you have in your youth when you see a man and you just feel like, oh, but he's so cute. But I know if I just hold on, he'll get himself together and we're gonna be the perfect couple. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I think that if a man loves a woman and he really likes a woman, you don't have to wait around on him to get his stuff together because he's gonna get his stuff together because he wants to be that man for you. You know what I mean? He's not going to want to let you down. That's how I feel about it. And as far as a woman is concerned, if she finds a man that she really likes, she's going to tighten up. If she was out there being loose in the caboose, if she meets that one guy, she's going to tighten up for him. And people say, "Oh, she got a man. She don't want to talk to nobody now." Of course not. Why would I want to talk to you and I got my man? My man is coming home from work because I'm that type of girl. If I'm feeling that man, right, 50-50 is for roommates. And I know I'm going to shake the table with that one, but I feel like that 50-50 is for roommates. But like I was saying, when I have a man that I love, that I want to be with, then it's going to be, outside of my children, outside of my work. When I have downtime, that's what I want to spend my time with. I don't want to be with no girls. Why would I want to be with you? Like, what are you going to do? What are we going to do but be bored together? No, we can hang out and we can see each other on, when we want to go get our nails done, when we want to just have lunch. But just sitting on the phone talking with you or listening to you and your man problems, no. Mm-mm. But yeah, I agree, Roxy. I feel like 50-50 is for roommates. I feel like if I have to go 50-50 with you, I could be by myself. Because, like I said, I'm a single mom. And as a single mom, I'm holding it down. I work hard to take care of me and my children. And if I was to get serious about a man right now, I'm not looking to you to do anything for me. But if I was to be in a relationship or be married to a man, then why would I be married to you if you can't come in and hold all this down together? Like, what do I need you for? It's me and my kid girls, and you know, what do I need a man for? Except to, like I said, go and see what that bump is in the night. Like, what was that sound? and for other little grown up stuff that men and women do together. I don't need you for nothing else. For real, for real. But why would I marry you if you can't take care of me? And I think that women don't hold men accountable in that. They don't give themselves the opportunity to do that, especially not women who look like me. Every other woman of from every other group and every other ethnicity, their men take care of them. And they say, well, it's harder for African American men. No, it is not. There's so many black men that are taking care of their black families. We deserve that. And I think as long as women say and make excuses for them and don't allow them to show that improve, then we'll have that happening. Okay. I'm working on myself where the next man will be the last man. I will be strong enough and wise enough and also healed enough to accept the proper love from the right man. That's right. And I think that's, you know, because I don't want to say high value man, how high value women, because I think we all have value. We all have value, but I think that, just like you said, focal point extension. When you have worked on yourself, you will know love when you see love, and you will accept love and know how to reciprocate that same love. Because we're all not there where, like we think we are. Like we can be so messed up as individuals that we don't have anything to give to anybody else. And if they try to get something to us, we just ruin it. And I think men and women are guilty of that. Not just once one of us. Yeah, but so what was I gonna talk about today as far as that concerned? I had some notes. What do you feel if you meet someone and they're not exactly single? Because I talked about that too, all this fair and love and war. Do you feel like somebody who has a girlfriend, if a man has a girlfriend, that he's up for grabs? Or if a woman has a boyfriend, do you feel like they're up for grabs? Like, or if they're dating? Stop trying to take what you pro, broke and lonely. Yep. Yep, I agree with that, Roxy, because if you know you can't take a woman out for a burger and fries, take her to the movies, and you shouldn't be out there. You're not ready to date. You got to do you. I feel like you should be able to afford a family. You should be able to afford to date. Like you can't be like, well, when I get myself together, won't you just come on over here and just make us something to eat or whatever like that? Nah, bro. No, I want to go somewhere. I want to go out because I done went and got my hair fixed. I done got my nails did. I done ordered this cute little number uh, from down to the Fashion Nova or whatever we ladies are doing. And I need whoever said if they're not married, they're up for grabs. They're single. I feel that 100%. If you are, listen, if you don't have some baby mama you're living with, if you're just dating, I don't even care if you got a girlfriend. First of all, if you don't have children together and you're not married, I probably if y'all just live together and y'all just boyfriend and girlfriend, I feel like you still single. All is fair in love and war. Now I know I might ruffle some feathers with that, but that's just how I feel. Like, you know, if you guys were like that, if you guys were like that, you would be engaged on your way to being married or something. If you're not married, if you don't have children together, because first of all, I don't want to deal with nobody's baby mama drama or baby daddy drama. She can keep him. But if he's single and there's no children involved, then he's just single and he can get swooped up. He can get taken. So that's how I feel about it. If you disagree, put a one in the chat for me. Either you're single, divorced, or you married. There's no in between. Yep. I feel like that. That's why, you know what though? When I was last year, I was dating a couple different guys, and I would think that they would have loved the ideal of being able to date me and date other people. But they was just not feeling that because I was like, you know what? Um, they were like, so what are you looking for in a guy? And I'm like, well, I'm just looking for friends right now. I don't really want to be in a relationship right now. I just want to be friends and, you know, and they were like, well, I, at my age, I need a woman and blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to share. I'm like, well, you don't want to date. You don't want to date and get to know a woman before you settle down with her because right now I'm at the stage in my life where I would like to just date and date around. I want to, really not sleep around, but date around and, you know, weigh my options. That's what I feel like everybody should do, especially if you're young and you're still spry, everything is still sitting up right. And if I have some younger ladies listening tonight, please don't let some man tie you down until you're ready to get married and settle down, and he's gonna put a ring on it. If he don't put a ring on it, then you're still available. You're still available. So that's how I just feel about it. I feel like now that I'm single, I'm dating. I'm dating, and what are they calling them now? This is the kind of marriages that they have out there now for women my age. They're calling them geriatric marriages or something like that. Where like, okay, so you're 40, you're 50, and now this 60 or 70-year-old joker, he wants to marry you so you can come wipe his behind. Then they're getting sick, and these women, they're thinking, okay, I got me a man, I got me a husband. He got his retirement, he got his 401k and all that, he got his own house. But little do they know, he about to be on dialysis. He got prostate cancer. So they might have 1 or 2 good years with him, and then next thing you know, now they gotta wipe his butt. Now he can't even really perform. Now they got to take him to his dialysis appointments and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like that. And women too, like some of these men, they're 50 and 60, but they're a good 50 and 60. They're taking care of themselves, and you can't be dragging your butt around and being overweight and having all this and that going on. Talking about you want somebody to take care of you, and you can't, because some people can still get out there and go. They might be 60, they might be 50, but they can get out there and they can go. They can go to concert, they can travel, and maybe they had a former spouse, or maybe their husband or their wife passed on, and now they're single again, and now they're ready to get back out there and do it all over. You can't hold them up. So yeah, you got to be physically fit, mentally fit, emotionally intelligent. You got to have your pockets right. You got to have your mind right. It's a lot. Dating in today's landscape is not for the weak at all. And that's why I said, men, women, we can't live with them. We can't live with each other, and we can't live without them, because we definitely want to have somebody to uh, walk through this life with, because it's just better when you have somebody to love. But we also don't want to be burdened by somebody else's problems. And it's not like you're going to always have, uh, life is always going to be peaches and cream. It's going to be some things that you have to endure. But you want to do that with somebody that, if the roles were reversed, they will also have your back. You don't want to also have to just, you know, carry somebody. You want somebody that even when times get hard, that they can hold their own, that they're not putting it all on you. Yeah. So, what's up, Deanna? Thank you all for joining the live and contributing to this conversation. It's a conversation. I feel like the conversation I always hear about when it comes to men and women is uh, men don't want to date older women. Men want to go 50-50, or women just want men to take care of them, or women don't know how to be feminine. It's always the same conversation, but I think that is more complex than that, and also it's not so serious that it's very simple. It's very simple. I've seen many relationships. I have never seen a relationship last. Let me just start there. And I was telling my older sister and my grandmother that I was like, I have never seen a relationship that was just a good relationship. And and I was like, I don't think there's any good men out there. My grandmother was like, I don't either, but I just think that you find the one that whose flaws you can deal with. And men might say the same thing about us. They might say there's no good women out there. And I think that's what it is all about. Like you kind of fall in love with that person who they're, even if they fart, it don't stink. You know what I mean? Or even if they're sick, you just want to, and you're a woman, if your man is sick, you just want to make him soup and nurse him back to health. And, you love his laugh. You love being around him. Because when you don't like somebody, it doesn't matter what they do, you just do not like them. I've been on both sides. I mean, I've been to where I would do anything for that ninja. And then I've also been to where I'm like, I just do not like you at all. I'm not attracted to you. I don't like you. I don't even want to chill with you just as friends. I know what that's like. So it's very easy to know when you are on one accord, when you are in agreement with somebody. It's not hard to tell. And you should be able to tell if that person is in agreement with you, because if it's a man, he'll be calling the woman all the time. If it's a woman, she's always wanting to be up under him. She's cooking him dinner. She's wanting to meet him for lunch. Um, you know, she's probably out buying him a two-piece outfit or whatever. She's showing that man that she loves him and that she cares about him. It's not that she has to bend over backwards for him, but she lets him know by her actions that he's the one. And same thing for a woman. He lets you know because he makes life easier for you. Like, you don't have to pump your gas anymore. He's not only is he pumping the gas, he's filling the tank up. He's calling you to ask you what you're doing that weekend, and do you want to go to a concert? Do you want to go to the movies, or do you want to just stay home and chill? Should we just stay in and chill this weekend? I had a long week. I just really want to just kick it with my baby. You know, maybe we get us something to eat or something. And you're like, okay, because when you really love somebody, you don't care what y'all do together. And I've seen those convos too about, oh, well, he has to take me somewhere. He had to take me to Ruth Chris. He got to take me to Maestro's. And when you really love somebody, or when you really like somebody, and even if you just met them, if you really want to get to know them, you don't care about that. My best dates have been riding around the city in the car, just talking and laughing. Those are the very best dates to me, because I hate to eat in front of a man I just met. I like to, I don't want to sit up and eat in front of you and all that different stuff. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys for joining tonight. My girls are in full effect. We're talking about love and relationships. I got on late tonight. I was supposed to start at 6:30. Then I was supposed to start this live at 7:30, but I wasn't feeling well, and so yeah, I finally got on here. I'm still not feeling well. I feel like I'm just tired, but we're gonna get these 2 hours in, ladies. We're gonna get these 2 hours in every night. Because what it is streamers, university. You're going to eat. Thank you for coming and stopping by. I appreciate that. And if you're in here and you haven't gave my live a thumbs up, please give my live a thumbs up. I'm gonna try to press through. I need y'all to help your girl out, join in the conversation. Like, what's the best thing a man has ever done for you to show you that he loves you? Or if you're a guy, what has a woman done to show you that he loves you? For me, it's been I would say the one thing that somebody did for me before was, uh, hmm, I've had a couple of things where I was just like, okay, the love is real. But I remember I was dating someone and they were in another state um, for a while. And so they had their friend go and buy um, a bunch of roses because, some men, they don't have the wherewithal to dial up 1-800 flowers up, but just call their friend and say, listen, go and take them these roses. And I thought that was cute because when I got home from work there, they were sitting on the porch waiting with flowers. I thought that was so cute. And then another time, I think this was probably, and for me, it doesn't have to be them giving me something or doing something. I think sometimes it's just them uh, showing me that they care. And on this occasion, I was at a store and then my phone went dead. It was years and years ago, um, probably like early 2000s. And I'm at the store and my phone went dead. And next thing I know, I get a Charity, can you come up to such and such? And they were calling the store to say, hey, listen, when you leave the store, make sure you stop by my house. Make sure you come through. And I just thought that was so cute. That was so romantic because, they took the time out to find out the number to the store, to call the store up and to say, hey, come by and see me. Make sure you come through and see me. And I just thought that was just like, that was just everything to me. Let me get a sip of water. I just been talking and talking. Let me check the comments. It was a motive behind it. You know what? Um, it could have been a motive behind it, but just think about it like this. If somebody doesn't care, they're not going to take that initiative. Like, just think about it. When somebody doesn't care about you, they're not going to do something to try to make you feel a certain type of way. They're going to be in and out. That's just me. If I don't care how you feel. I'm not trying to show you anything. I, bye. Bye. I want you gone. If you got on my nerves too bad, I want you up out of here. I don't want nothing to do with you. That's just me. So you have to take it like that. Like, you can't really look at it like, oh, they were just trying to, because some people say, oh, you were cheating, that's why you did this. Some mofos, they'll cheat and they could care less about if they hurt you. They could care less if you find out. It's like they want you to find out so they could cheat on you more. Yeah, men are different, but some men, they will never tell you how they really feel. They'll just show you. And a man, if he does not care, he is not going to do anything to try to make you feel a certain type of way. He's going to show you he don't care. He's going to cheat all he wants to. He don't care how much you cry. He don't care how much it hurts you. I, I've seen some people that they're being in a relationship and it seems like the more the woman get upset about it, the more he want to cheat. I remember one time when I was with my ex-husband, shoot, he he was doing something and I didn't care what he was doing. I'm like, I'm done. And he stopped talking to he stopped talking to the person because he saw one bothering me. I didn't care. He knew I really didn't care. Cause I'll get like that. Like, if you piss me off, if you're doing something to get on my nerves real bad, I just want you gone. And I don't care who you go with. You don't gotta go home, but you got to get the double hockey sticks up out of here. You're not gonna drive me crazy. Real talk, Roxy. And shoot, like I said, we went through it. We went through a lot of stuff. I'll probably talk about that one day, just not right now. It was crazy, the stuff I endured and the stuff I allowed. But hey, it's a thin line between love and hate. So yeah, if he was here to this day, I'd probably still be going with it, going through it with him, divorced and all. That was my baby. But yeah, if somebody don't care about you, especially a man, if he don't care, please, he gonna show you. And if somebody care enough about your feelings to do anything, whatever, for whatever reason, they still want to hold on to you. Because you got those two that can't let you go. They don't want to be with you, but they can't let you go. And that's because they see value in you for some reason. Maybe you've been there for them. Maybe they see that you care about them and they have never had somebody that care about them the way that you do. Or perhaps they see that if they stay with you, they'll do better. Like they may want to go out there and play around with somebody else, but they know that they're not going to get anywhere with them. That you know that other person doesn't have what you have. That's how it can be too. And for me, it's like, okay, if you feel like you got to have another person, like, don't hold on to me. Let me fly. Let me go do me. And I think women and men have to be wise enough and discerning enough to see when somebody is just using them as a placeholder or just using them because out of convenience or because they're somebody that they can get something out of, you know. Yeah. So we done talked about it all. We almost on the hour. I don't know. I'm like feeling real tired. I looked at my Fitbit and it looked like I had about an hour. And now I just realized why my Fitbit keeps going up. Cause I keep patting my head. My head itches. Dancing and talking shit. I just don't care though. If they do stuff claiming they love me, I don't want their love because I lack the ability or desire to give them what they desire. But I understand where you coming from. Yeah, um, that's just what it is. Uh, I feel like if you can't treat me right or do me right, I don't want nothing to do with you. But at the same time, if I love you and you out there doing wrong, I still don't want to feel like, shoot, you just don't care at all about me. Like, you just don't care at all about my feelings. But at the same time, that makes it kind of harder for you to leave. Like, you kind of be stuck in the middle because they're playing mind games. Like, they're not doing right and they're not treating you right, but they're still holding on and they're still using like gifts or little terms of endearment or little things like that to keep you, to keep you where they want you at. And it's like, if you know you don't love me or you know you're not going to do me right, and why can't people just do that? Just leave me alone. Even if you still feel like you want to be with me a little bit. Even if you feel like, okay, well, I don't want to let them go. Leave me alone. If you love me that much, or if you care about me at all, leave me alone because you know you don't mean me any good. And I think out of all the relationships I've had, the ones who, when we got finished and they just went on about their business and they didn't turn back around and they didn't call, because one thing a man is good for doing, especially if you don't care about them leaving, they're going to call you. I got one right now that's going to always call just to tip back in the door and see what's going on. They're always going to call you because they want to know if they could still get in or if you done moved on and to greener pastures and if you're doing better without them. I don't know why men do that. And I would say most of them do that. I only had like one person that I dated in my past, like one or two people that when we broke it off or if it ended on a negative note, that they just went on. But most of the time, they're gonna keep calling and calling and bothering you. You know, it won't give you no peace. You'd think, okay, I guess they're not calling them. Or it'd be like 6 months down the road, and here they come, sniffing around your doorpost. Gone somewhere, gone somewhere, just to see, oh, can I still get it? Can I still talk to them? Will they still talk to me? And really, that's all they be wanting to know. They don't want to see if you're still available or if, you would take them back. They just really want to see if they can still get to you. That's all. So, you know, you better off blocking them, and changing your number so they can't call you and move into another side of town so they can't, you know, come back around. Change your job, do whatever you have to. Because some of these fools, if you broke up with them the wrong way, they're going to stalk you. Women too. Women too. If you don't break up with her the right way, if you don't let her down gently and easy and give her a soft place to land, oh, she gonna make your life Hades. Women are the worst. I don't know which one is worse when it comes to, okay, it's over, going about your business. I don't know if it's men. I don't know if it's women. You know, because I don't think I ever wanted to be with somebody that didn't want to be with me or made it plain and clear to me that they didn't love me. I don't think I ever wanted that. Even if I do want you, I don't want you. I'm not gonna beg. I'm not gonna beg in my Fantasia voice. I ain't gonna beg you. Go on about your business. Mm-hmm. Because I know I have something valuable to offer. And I know that, you know, I'm a good woman. Even if you don't. Go on to the next one then. Leave me be. And that's the best thing somebody could do for you. Is to leave you be. You know. All that playing around and, having one foot out the door, one foot in, sending mixed messages. Because some women, they don't have enough self love. Some men too. They don't have enough self love to say, you know what? That person don't mean me no good, and I see that they don't mean me no good. Let me get rid of them. Some people are gonna hold on to those little signs of hope and keep on holding on like in vogue, so that they can have a reason to let that person back in, no matter how much they cheat, beat, dog, or whatever them. And then they're going to say, well, he told me he loved me. Well, he came over on my birthday and he did such and such. Okay, but the rest of the whole year, he was riding around with homegirl in your car. But the rest of the whole year, she got pregnant and you didn't know who, if that baby was yours or somebody else's. Oh, she held me down when I was locked up. She held me down when I didn't have a job, and now that I have a job, I'm not going to just do her like that. Okay, but she held you down, but now she, she got a problem with everything you do. She don't want you to have nothing to do with that child she knew you had before her. She don't want you to be around her family. Yeah, she held you down, but she's a problem. Let her go. Let them go. Some people, like, you do one thing for them and they ready to just hook, line, and sinker, like devote their life to you forever and ever. And you gotta let people go, because out of these 8 billion people for you, out of these 8 billion people on Earth, there's 1,000 for you. So what that means? There's a whole lot of people that's not for you. There's a whole lot more that's not for you. And we're going to come across a lot of people in our lifetime that's not for us. And if we love ourselves enough and we are picky and choosy, maybe we only had to go through it once and find that one person that really loves us, and not have to kiss a bunch of frogs or have to keep going through stuff with people. But, I'm just talking. Let them go. If he don't love you the way he should, then let it go. And if he don't treat you the way he should, then let it go. And if he don't love you the way he should, then let it go. And if he ain't gonna treat you the way he should, then let it go. Let him go. Mm-hmm. Let him go. Because he taking up space. He in the way. And there's somebody else out there that want to come on in and love you right. You know? And that goes for men and women. If she don't love you the way you want to be loved, I mean, if you got to keep on arguing with her, except on payday when she wants your paycheck, if you got to keep on talking and she don't ever listen and she want to argue with you like she's the man and she want to run a relationship and tell you what to do, I don't never want to tell a man what to do. I don't. What's up, my girl Yo Yo? What up? What it do? We're talking about love and relationships. Mm-hmm. Because for me, this is how I feel. If I can tell a man what to do, like what kind of stuff is that? Like shoot, I don't want to wear the pants. If my man look at me a certain way, I want to know, okay, I done said too much. And it's time to be quiet. Cause I don't wear the pants. In the bed, in the household, none of that. I want him to take the lead and take control. I don't want to feel like I'm with somebody that's on the same level as I am. That's crazy. It should be full. Cause I'm talking. I'm doing some talking. And I'm almost up on an hour. And if you came in and you didn't like this live, like this live. I mean, for real, like how many people say, well, a man can't tell me what to do, or I do what I want to do, and my man ain't like that. No, no, I'll forever be. Let me ask my husband. Type of girl. That's the type of girl I am. Let me go ask my husband. Let me go. Let me see if he what he say. I, that's how I get out of a lot of stuff. Oh, let me go ask my man. Let me go ask my husband. See what he's talking about. And when I was younger, I couldn't stand a woman like that. Oh, let me ask my man. Before I got married, before I got old enough to understand that the man leads the household, that the man leads the family, that the man is gonna go out there and put himself out on the front lines for the family. That the man is gonna make sure that when times are tough or when things are rough, that he got your back. At least that's the way it's supposed to go. Like, let me ask my man. Let me see what my man talking about first. Let me see what he want to do. I'm not going to go. I remember a couple of times when I was married and my husband was like, I don't want to go to your mom's house for Christmas. And for a couple of years, I didn't listen to him. I'm like, this is my mama. This is my family. We do this every year. And he didn't want to do that. And that's why we had a lot of different issues because I wanted to be his equal. And not until the end, he would say, you know what, I don't want to go spend Christmas at your family's. And I was just like, even though I really wanted to, I just didn't do it because he didn't want to that year. Or he would say, I don't want to have a birthday party for our kids. And I'm like, my whole family, when I have a big family, we get together and we, for every holiday, every birthday, it's all 100 of us. We're all together. And he was like, y'all do that all the time. It's always the same thing. Why don't we take our kids here and why don't we take our kids there? And you know what? It took me a couple of birthdays to understand that I'm doing all this work for a birthday. I'm barely getting in the picture with my babies. Um, People barely bringing gifts, and I'm just doing all this work, spending all this money, and I could have spent it on my own child. And then finally, we just start taking our kids to Disneyland, taking our kids to the aquariums, taking them to the zoo, wherever they would say they wanted to go. If it was their birthday, and one year my daughter was like turning 4, it was her first birthday that she ever asked for. She never asked me for a birthday party, but this year she was turning 4 and she asked for a birthday party. But that was like probably one of the only birthdays she had. Maybe she had a birthday party when she was 4 and 5, and after that we went places because he was that's just the way he wanted to do it. So you know, for sometimes it may be hard to defer to your man, but why would you marry somebody, or why would you, have children with somebody if you couldn't listen to them? Like I don't want to do everything my way, and I also don't want to do everything your way, but I wanted us to come somewhere and meet in the middle. Entertainment you love. I always say, let me ask my husband, especially when people wants to go out. I know he like, nope. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes, but mostly I'm not asking him shit. I'm telling him what I'm gonna do. I got married in my 40s, set in my ways. Uh, but see, when it comes to being in a marriage, it's got to be give and take. And if you're married, I can't say though for everybody's relationship because only you know what your relationship is like. And sometimes, things change, people change. Like you may have started off in love, you may have started off on one accord, and you know, and you may have started off, well, I'm gonna listen to my man, but then things change. And I'm not speaking on your relationship because I don't know, but he may have started cheating. He might have started uh, being abusive in his language. He may be a gambler. Maybe he did something to where you felt like, hey, I can't listen to you. But in that same vein, if you are married to someone and you feel like you can no longer trust him with that lead position, like he can no longer head his family, then it's time to separate. It may not be time to divorce, but it's time to separate until he can get his act together and then reclaim his spot. But I always feel like a man should have that firm position as the head of his household. The kids need to see that it's just different. The outsiders need to see that your man has that spot, and you need to have that safety and security because as a woman, I just want to live like a princess. Like right now, I'm chilling and I'm kicking it. One thing we big on too is we only hang out with married couples and not with the ones that's having problems and cheating. Absolutely, because nearness is likeness. Not only are they going to want you to hang out with them and do the things that they do, if you have a girlfriend who is single and she go out and party, if and you hanging out with her, your man is going to feel some type of way. And sometimes you may want to go out and do what she do because that looks like she's having more fun than you. So yeah, I agree with that. Unless you just been with that friend, best friends with that person or something already, and maybe you guys can hook up and do things sometimes. But if people have to respect your marriage. People have to respect that because if I have a friend that is married or something like that, and I'm not, I'm. I remember being younger. I think I was probably like in my early 20s, and I was with somebody. And my friend, she had her man too. She lived with her man. I ain't live with no man, honey. I did not live with no man until I was married. Um, and she said, and when her man would come home, she said, I would be like, okay, your man home. She's like, oh, I gotta get off the phone. I'm like, girl, like your man is home. I'm not going to sit up and talk to you, and he's sitting there looking in your mouth, trying to hear what we're talking about anyways. But that's just respect. Because when my man come home, when he walked through the door, he wants me off the phone. He don't want me on the phone. and my mom, and mom, I know you probably listening. I know you probably kicking back, listening and laughing, and like my daughter crazy. But my mom is the only woman I know on this planet that would be on the phone talking to everybody, where everybody calls my mom for everything, to have her pray for them, to have her help them figure out their situation, to talk to her about whatever gossip. Like my mom has a hotline. And I tell her all the time, I said, Mama, you are the only married woman I know that can sit on the phone like this. And then my dad would be like, that's what I said. She always on the phone. She always on the phone. Yeah, she's always talking to somebody on the phone. My mom is somewhat of an evangelist. She's going to send out those scriptures every day, and people are going to come to her house and be prayed for, or they're going to call her up and let her pray for them. So, or just to talk. Okay, yo, not note because sometimes they be jealous and don't respect the marriage. They be waiting for you to slip up to tell them that too. Like, don't let your friends know if your man got money. Don't let them know if he packing, lacking. Don't let them know what he did for you, how he sent those roses to you at work, how he came home with those tickets to that Beyonce concert, and y'all got third row seats, and she don't have a man, or her man. Even if she do have a man, how about that? Even if she does have a man, if her man is not treating her right, she's going to be looking for a savior in your husband. I've seen it. I've seen it a million times. Even if, and people say, "Oh, I only want married friends." Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing colder than being married best friends and swapping. She done took your husband, and he done took. Now he with your best friend, and y'all and you and your and the other mate is looking stuck on stupid because now they done got together, or let those two be married and then they break up or divorce or something like that, and the next thing you know, your husband is consoling her. You got to be very careful. Yeah, be careful. Don't let nobody just come on in and because, like I was saying, all is fair in love and war. But I said to somebody married, I don't do that married stuff. If somebody is single and dating, they're available. You know, if they're single, they don't have baby mamas, they don't have a wife, they're available. But yes, yep, yeah, they'll come in and try to take your man in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Ain't nothing worse than a woman than a single woman, a single mother, a single shoot. Like I said, that Jezebel spirit can get on anybody. She could be married, and her husband can be treating her right too. Your husband can be going upside your head, and don't you know some women will want your husband to go upside their head too? I've seen some of everything. I've seen it all. You know, I've seen it all. Like, I have all my friends, I've never wanted nothing they have because, first of all, I didn't feel like their man treated them right. I didn't feel like they looked right, and I just didn't like them anyway. So, no, they could have never, I didn't even want to be in their presence, let alone try to take somebody for somebody. But I remember it was this woman, and at the time I wasn't married yet, but I was with my husband. And me and him were going through different things. Do you know that woman wanted my husband? For real. And I couldn't believe she wanted him because I'm like, well, who wants him but me? But she wanted him. And she had found him on Facebook and started sending hearts. And he showed me. I'm like, what the hell is that? He was like, I don't know, but I don't know why she's sending this to me. I was like, block her. And she blocked him. And he blocked her. But she wanted my low down dirty husband. Sure did. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't believe it because I thought we were cool. I thought we were cool. She didn't know that he was showing me her messages. You know, I don't know what she saw in him because at that time we weren't married yet. We would be at the club and I would see him and he would hit me up at the club like, you don't have no business being in no club. You're a mom and you need to get out the club. And he pulling me off the dance floor and we on the dance floor and he whispering all in my ear, got me hand up in the corner, like going back and forth, like, yeah, you don't need to be out here anyway. And she seeing that, and I guess she thought that was enticing to her. But she did see that I loved his dirty drawers. She did know that. She did know that. But I couldn't believe when she was sending him text messages and she thought I would know. I looked at him. I said, give me this doggone phone and let me block her real quick. Mm-mm. Yeah, she saw that little toxic love and she wanted a piece of the action. That's what I'm saying. You can be with somebody and it just be just as toxic. But to some people that's appealing. Some people that's appealing because they don't, they're born with their man She wasn't a friend of mine. She was like a friend, not even a friend. She was just somebody that was around, and I was just cool with her. I thought she was cool people. But at the same time, I thought she was a try hard and she was doing the most. And me and her, we start kind of kicking it, or I was just kicking it with her. And I was young back then, so I'm telling her all my business and stuff like that. And the whole time she was judging me. So she even told him that. She was like, yeah, she told me how she did you and all this. And I'm like, I'm looking at the stuff he was, because he's showing me. He's like, look what she wrote. And then he was like she going too far. Then she done sent hearts and I'm like, if you don't block this bitch, like, why are you sitting up entertaining this? You better block her. You know? Yeah. I don't. You know what? I loved him. We were toxic as I don't know what. And I said, if I get that story time, sure, I'm gonna blow up this internet, cause this, oof, child. I loved it. I loved it, that man. I loved it, that man. And that's probably why I'm like boring now. I don't, my brother was asking me about it, and I was like, you know what? Um, After all that we went through, I think I would do it all over again. I think I would have did it all over again. But I'm glad I'm not in that position anymore. But yeah, it was a lot. And the funniest thing about it is, I always said, because I had never been in love like that before. And I said, oh, I want to be in love with somebody. Like, I just want to be crazy in love. Don't ever say that. Don't ever say you just want to be crazy about somebody or you just want to fall deep into love. Please don't ever do that. You do not want that. You do not want that. I do not want that for you. I want I want everybody to have some, no, he wasn't my best friend though. He was my friend off with him, but yeah, and for some reason, ugh, shoot, I don't know. I don't know, but let me get off of that because you know what? I'm buffering. My phone has been tripping. Candy K all day. We've been talking about love and. Am I still buffering, guys? I was just about to start telling my business, and I'm glad I start buffering because I'm not about to tell y'all my business like that. I'm not about to tell y'all my business like that. Like, I'm not ready. Like, I already done told y'all about my misdiagnosis with cancer or baby cancer. I say I'm baby diagnosed with cancer. I'm at 0 stage, and I told you guys toxic. I don't know. I gotta have a lot of followers, and I gotta make it worth my while. Business for free. I'm I don't do all that no more. And I know. And I think too, if you want to tell your story, because everybody has a story to tell, I think that it should be told in to help others. I don't think it should be told to be toxic and salacious, because some people thrive in that area. Like, and they once they see that that's working for them, they'll keep doing that. And I don't want to be on here for that. Um, I want to be real and as honest as I can be, but I'll never pretend to be something that I'm not. But um, once you put it out there, you can't take it back. You can't take it back. And if I could ever tell something like my breast cancer story or my anxiety story, and it revolves around God and Him delivering me from it, I'll tell it in that way because I want people to be able to um, find that beacon of hope. And I want people to be able to know that, okay, I'm going through something similar. And if they were delivered from it, I can too. Or if if they're looking at their life and feeling like what they're going through is hard. Maybe what I'm going through is a little bit harder. And they can see, okay, well, you know what, my life is not so bad. And they can have a little bit more hope. I want to inspire like that. Yes, please hit that like button. Please hit the like. Please don't forget to hit the like. And please subscribe if you're new. That's right. Thank you, Yo Yo. Thank you, sis. Always gonna hold us down. I'm on hour two, ladies. I know I might have some men up in here. I doubt it. Uh, Men, if you come through and then you're in the bushes, add something to this conversation. Or if you're watching this replay, add something to the conversation and let us know. Are we just talking a bunch of BS? Or am I on the right track? Because you know what? Like I said, it's a thin line between love and hate. Women and men, we love each other, but sometimes we treat each other like we hate each other because seasons change and people change. We go through things like, don't be a married couple and in love with one another and then throw a baby into the mix. That's one of the biggest things that's going to change a relationship. Don't get sick. Don't lose a family member, a mother or father. Don't lose a job. Those are the things that's going to really test you as a couple and see what you're really made of. And it's going to be hard to stay in love because if somebody is hurting or they're going through something, it's hard. I know for me, I don't like being there for people. I love for people to be there for me. But if you're sick or you going through some drama, look, you got one day to talk about that stuff and let's move on. But I talk your ear off about stuff. So I had to learn to be patient and to listen and really understand and endure with somebody else. Because we're all going to go through that moment where we just need that person to really hold us up. And that's when a marriage gets shaky because not everyone is equipped to go through that. Like somebody can go through the easy times with you, but when it gets hard, some people think kids fix relationship problems, and that's not true either. I have seen so many people do that. Exactly. Like I have seen a few couples that were in love. Like you just knew that, he loved her dirty draws. And as soon as she got pregnant, and I'm talking not that they had just met one another, or not that, um, you know, they just got pregnant out of the blue. No, they had been together for a few years and then got pregnant. And then he just showed his whole behind. I remember in the early 2000s, they had all those stories about those women losing their lives when they were pregnant because I don't know why pregnancy changes a man. And I remember being told, like, okay, once you have the baby, then what am I going to do? What about me? Like, then I'm not going to be your baby no more. Like, you're not my baby now. Shut up. I want my baby, though. I want my baby. I want to have a baby. I don't care what you're talking about. And, that was the most open and honest somebody had ever been with me because I didn't know that men get jealous of their kids. And they do. And that's why you have bad things happen to kids because women get jealous of kids. Women would get jealous. I mean, this human dynamic is so complex. Like, you really have to make sure you are with somebody who has their head on a swivel. Like, are you talking to somebody that's crazy that can maintain, or are you talking to somebody that if their needs are not being met, they can't handle it? Not even one day you got before we go to bed. We're not going to sleep mad at each other. Yeah, women do too. I've seen women shoot men, like some men, they'll just leave you and go to somebody else because you're not paying them enough attention. But women, they will get extremely jealous, especially if the kid is not theirs. Women do not like competing for a man's affection, and that's why, as a mother, I'm a lioness. You're not coming to my house at all. Like, the men I date, there's no reason for you to be around my babies. There's just not none. Because, I don't care how much I trust you, I can never trust you enough for me to, their father is no longer here, you know, so there's no need for a man to be around them outside of, their relatives. Like, as far as me dating or something like that, because there's just too much going on out there. You just never know what somebody might do, and then they can be a good person and they could have be far from a person with evil intent. But I don't think that you should. I don't think that a woman or a man should put their kids out there as babes in the woods, or a lamb out to slaughter. Don't take that kind of chance with your children. You know. Yes, I do have older daughters, and shoot, my kids don't. They don't want anybody around anyway. They're like, what? You know, what? Like, why? We don't want to know them. And I was with dating somebody, and they asked me, what would that look like for you? Like, if you were really serious about someone. I'm like, look like what? Like, because my kids are so attached to me. He said, what would that look like for you if you were seriously dating somebody? I said, well, I don't want to be seriously dating somebody. I said, I'm not going to be seriously dating somebody like anything, because I'm not. I had my good. I had my fun. That's how they got here. I went through all that stuff, and I'm over it. You know. Hold on, you guys. So yeah, who wants to talk about their most craziest love affair? Let me see. Yeah, we were just up to 16. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what's going on. My internet service has been acting crazy, and oh my gosh, I just spent $60 getting my car cleaned out yesterday, and today it was a thunderstorm. Talking to today, I've been having since what was it, like Monday? I've been having issues with like the Wi-Fi and the internet in my house. So it's probably me because I was talking to my dog kept echoing and fading in and out. So it must be my phone. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it's me. Yeah, I have another phone that I could I don't have it hooked up to my YouTube, so for then you forget it, so I have to change that so I can start doing my lives on my iPhone, because I like my iPhone better for content. And yeah, so we on 1 hour 24 minutes. Thank you all for sticking by me. Usually I do like 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, but this week I've done hours staying on these lives, you know. I try to stay on topic and keep it focused, but tonight I'm going for prom, and now I got a birthday party, and finally my daughter's again. Yeah. And you guys all went live today. I think I joined everybody's live. I was in real life simulations. D, I was on you yesterday. You didn't hear me talking. Am I put a 2 in the chat if you can hear me, guys? Okay, real life simulations. Put a money bag in the chat. Get money. What you say? Get money. What you say? What you say? Get money. What you say? That's right. Yes, and that's how we're gonna. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. I did see that I had a lot of hours from lives that I was doing, and that made me want to say, because at first I was like, oh, I'll do it, just to be a part of everything. But But then I did see that my hours were moving up. And so I was like, okay, I think I'm going to stick with this for ended. And I'm going to hook up my other phone tomorrow night because I do not know what's. Let me see. All right, let me try this real quick. Okay, what about I took it off because I think that's what it is. I think it's the Wi-Fi. Sorry guys about the technical difficulties, but thank you guys for holding on like a hubcap. Yes, I'm pray that we all are monetized at the end of this challenge. We all work hard. We all go in and we all put out good content. And that's the whole thing about it because, you see people who are just coming out here being toxic and putting negativity out in the world. And then you're trying to, be yourself and trying to get offer something that's wholesome or just offer something that others can relate to. But people like the negative stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I even indulge in it, but at the same time, I like looking at everything. But I guess more so than anything, I like being entertained, and that's what we all got to do is just try to stay focus and find out what people are gravitating to, what people really like, and just really stay on course with that. I know me, my goal is to more so than be monetized. My goal is to just be able to be effective in the content that I put out, and also to be able to get my affiliate marketing on because even if I'm monetized, I still want to be able to, reach a wider audience and sell. I want my money all kinds of ways. I want my money I want to check here, I want to check there. I want to check every day of the month. Every time I turn around, I want to see some money. I want to get that money. So that's my goal. And yeah. So I don't really have time for outside of my kids, outside of my ambitions. I don't really have time for love. Um, sometimes you want somebody to kick you with and you're still waiting to get accepted for Walmart. It's gonna come through. It's gonna come through. Like it took me a minute to get accepted from Walmart. Amazon was really quick, so a lot of things that you see on Walmart, you'll also see on Amazon too. And how I do it is, I feel like I make more money through Walmart, so I'm always gonna defer to Walmart. So if I get something from Amazon, then I'm gonna use that Amazon link for whatever I order from Amazon. So that's how I do it. But if I see a product is trending, then whoever has it, whoever has it for the best deal, then I use that link. But Target they set tripped on me. They didn't accept me. I applied to them a few times. They didn't accept me, but I also have I'm also on impact.com, so I look at different things that I'm eligible to promote, and I apply for different brand deals through impact.com. So, whoever's listening, if you don't have impact.com, sign up for an account through impact.com. That's who Walmart and Target uses to pay you. So, get on there and find brand deals too. If you have a decent following, you could apply for those. I know I saw something yesterday that I wanted to apply for. They wanted you to have 50K uh, subscribers, and some of them they don't have a number. You don't have to have a certain amount. Some of them you could just have, use your link to get people to subscribe to certain things, or sometimes, it can be a variety of different things. I've seen blenders for like KitchenAid, Nike, they have everything on impact.com. impact.com. Go sign up over there and see if you can get you a brand deal or something like that, or see if you can get and go apply for Amazon if you're not on there. I think Amazon is pretty easy too. And I think Timu has something. Just wherever you, I think it all works like better if you shop there or if you use it, because if you're like Amazon and Walmart, like I order something from practically every day. like every day, like anything I could think of. If I need chargers for my phone, if I need a ring light, if I need a selfie stick. Like last year, I ordered 3 selfie sticks because I kept losing my selfie stick. Um, if anything I need, if I need a plant stand, whatever it is I need, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come on here and show it to you guys. Like anything I showed you, I probably bought, and I'm probably trying to get paid for through affiliate marketing. And I don't just do that here, I do that on another another place I might tell you guys about. I might save a lot of this stuff that I'm telling you guys for another live. So you guys will have to tune in and support your girl to get some of that because there's a couple of things that I've been doing to be able to post my links more, and I'm getting a lot of stuff over there. Um, like you see on, I think on Facebook, I have 20K in one on one page, and then I have a 10K group, and I was applying for some different food services for like clean eating because I have a clean eating group with like 10K. Then I have another page that has like 6,500. Then over here I have like what 2,600 almost followers. I mean, or subscribers, and I have a couple of Instagram pages too. But I'm not on the one that has like a few thousand. I'm only on the one that has like a few hundred. And I have a link tree, and I share that everywhere. And then like I share specific links. So if you're monetized or you're not monetized, if you post that kind of content, and then find ways to post those links, even if you don't do shopping or something like that, because there's lots of different content that you can do. And then if you have a support system and on your page, because all it takes is you can have 1 million followers and have no supporters. You just have people that watch, they don't have like or whatever, and you haven't really built that community. Yo has done a good job of building a community, and she's showing that she have people that will ride with her. Like I'll come to her live and I'll see many of the same people. That's because she has a community, and that's really what you want to do is build a community. Because even if you're not affiliate marketing, if you're writing books, if you're an author, if you have ambitions on being a public speaker or whatever it is you want to do, you may want to be a consultant, you may be a teacher when you're not doing this content creation, you may be a chef, whatever it is that you want to do or have going on, you can monetize it. And I was just talking to somebody about that earlier. They were saying, well, people just are lazy these days. They want to just be online. I'm like, that's where the marketplace is. It's on the internet. So now the smart people are saying, you know what? I don't want to go work. Why would I go work when I can make 6 figures a month or 6 figures a year, and I'm only making 5 figures on my job, or I'm making 5 figures a month and I'm not making that at work. So I done got all off topic. Look at me. Look at me. Y'all done got me all off topic. But go over to impact.com, sign up for that. Go to, look it up. I think it's creator.walmart.com. Amazon affiliates. You can just Google that. Amazon affiliates. You can Google Target Creator, and you can apply for those affiliate programs and start, making content for those once you get accepted. Like if I was for instance, if I was a cook and I was making tutorials on how to cook different things, I would show the pots and pans I bought or the bakeware, and I would monetize that. That's how I would monetize my page, even if I only had like 200 or 300 followers. Because one thing about it, you never know when one piece of content might go viral. That's how I've had it happen. I mean, even with the small amount of followers, if I pick a good product and it's going viral, or if I make my product go viral, because I've done that too. You know, I found a product and I knew that it would hit, and it did, and then I was able to sell thousands of it. So that's what I was trying to do with the little Donna Karen deodorant, but people hating You know, people be hating. I can't believe people sometimes. And then it have the nerve, enough nerve to be a content creator, hating on me trying to get my coin for the deodorant. Thank you, Kendall. I appreciate you for watching and tuning in. Yeah, like you, but some people don't know. That's what's crazy about it. Some people don't know that, and some people think that it's all like, junk that you're feeding them when you tell them that, look, you can literally make a lot of money doing this, and you don't have to have. People think if people automatically assume if you don't have a millions of followers, if you don't have a million people watching you, then nobody is watching you. They don't understand that. Even me, I've had I have a page that's 20,000 strong, and I'm not really on that page, and it's like not really anybody going on there. But if you go to my other page with less than half of that, then I get all my engagement right there. It doesn't matter. It's like the shorts can get you a lot of engagement and a lot of eyes on your content. Like sometimes I'm not even paying attention to my engagement. I know I'm doing well because of my sales. I know that, you know, it doesn't even take a lot of people. It can be 2,500 people, 2,500 views on a video, and that could net you $1,000. You know, and YouTube is not paying that. If you have 2,500 people watching a video, which you might get $20, $30 for that. But then if a lot of those people go click on your link, and you made $1,000, you made money twice. So yeah, but yeah, people do sleep on small content creators, and that's one thing I learned not to do because I think I wanted some information once about Facebook content creators, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm not making money over here. Let me go on Facebook. And then the very first time I took, it was someone on here, I forget the lady, but I watched her videos and I did exactly what she said do, and my next 5 videos went viral on Facebook, and I was making $1,000 off of each video, and I didn't have to pay her for that. So I have a few videos saved up right now because the algorithm is just changing over on Facebook, and I can't stay in it. So I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong and get that handled because ever since I made a lot of money over there, it seems like I'm flagged. Like, like they don't put a letter on me like don't let her go no further because she playing with our money. Because one thing about it, YouTube is not like that. YouTube will let you eat over here. That's what I like about YouTube. They will let you eat, and they will let you put your links on your profile. They will let you put, you can't put links in shorts, but they will let you put links in videos. And I like that about YouTube. They're not scared to let you eat. But on those other platforms, if you try to share a link and not pay them, they're not going to be too happy about that. And they're going to slow you down. So I think that's what happened with me. But guys, thank you for tuning in. It was real. If you didn't catch the whole live, go back because I think that I dropped a lot of funny content tonight. I have fun doing it. I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow night. Hopefully something fun and more engaging. I was going to be on here 2 hours tonight, but what ended up happening was I started later than I had planned to. So I kind of want to start my lives earlier because at 8 o'clock, your girl starts winding down and wanting to get in her bed. So